We are just moments away from tip-off here in Salina, Kansas. Once again, happy to have you along on 810varsity.com. This place, it's going to get rocking across the way. That's the Bishop Miege side. Fans are still pulling in and getting into those seats. They had to make that long 2.5-hour drive from Kansas City, but here on the home side, you can't really see it on the camera, but it is packed with McPherson fans that made the trip. They've been here for the last hour packing into the stadium. They are ready to go. The 4A1 state championship game on the line. Once again, McPherson and Bishop Miege. McPherson rolls into this game with a 22-1 overall record. Again, no problem in sub-state for them. They're used to being here behind head coach Chris Strathman. In the state tournament, they went through Augusta in the quarterfinal round, won that game 62-48 in that game. Taylor Robertson, 20 points. They shot 47% from beyond the arc. Last night in the semifinal round, they tore through Labette County 67-46. It was a 4-point game at halftime before McPherson really stepped on the gas. And again, they were led by Taylor Robertson. If you're not familiar with this girl, know the name. She is headed to the University of Oklahoma next year to play with the Sooners, one of the best players in the entire state of Kansas. 24 points, 9 boards last night in that win against Labette County. They shot 52% from the field, 40% from beyond the arc. They shot 33s in that game last night against Labette County. On the other side for Bishop Miege, again, no problem in sub-state for them. They weren't really tested until they got to the state tournament. In the quarterfinal round, took down Towanda Circle 56-38. And then the semifinal game yesterday, they struggled yesterday afternoon. Had the first game against Piper, 46-35 in that one. It was a tight game going into the fourth quarter. But again, they didn't play very well. They didn't shoot the ball very well, only 34% from the field. They shot 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. Again, that's not necessarily their game, but it was much worse than what they're accustomed to. Hawthorne, the freshman, had 16 points, 11 boards. Johnny Gonzalez chipped in 10 points, 6 assists, but again, she struggled from the field. 3 for 13 shooting the basketball was Johnny Gonzalez, their point guard. Like I said in the pregame, this is the 4th time in the last 2 seasons that McPherson and Bishop Miege have met up. This is absolutely one of the best rivalries right now in the state of Kansas. They met for the state championship a year ago, and let's rewind to that state title game from a year ago. It was, again, McPherson, Bishop Miege. They were 1-2, pole to pole in the state all year in 4A1. Miege was number 1, McPherson was number 2. Just like this year, they went start of the year to end of the year, number 1 and number 2. A 66-59 game in that one, but it was tight going into the fourth quarter before Miege got a stranglehold on it late. Taylor Robertson, 30 points in the loss. Mandy Cooks, 20 points. They combined for 50 of their team's 59 in that one. Johnny Gonzalez, she had 22 points, 3 assists in that game for Bishop Miege, by the way. And again, they met earlier in the year, and it was another tight one, 59-51. And again, Bishop Miege able to get away in the fourth quarter in that game. McPherson didn't shoot it that well, 40% from the field, but neither did Miege, 38%. McPherson, they went off from beyond the arc, though. They hit 11 threes in the game. Miege didn't hit any. So what was the big difference? Well, it was the rebounding, it was the turnovers. Bishop Miege, they forced 19 McPherson turnovers, and they also got to the line, you ready for this? 37 times in that game. Miege, 25 for 37 from the line back in December. McPherson, 6 of 8. Huge difference in the foul game between McPherson and Miege back in December. Here are the starters real quickly. They're almost ready for tip-off here in Salina. First for McPherson, their head coach Chris Strathman. He's got his McPherson Bullpups right back in the 4A1 state championship game. Riley Hetz is point guard, 5'6" junior, averaging 6.4 points a game. Lakin Shefrick is a 5'8" sophomore, averaging 5.3 a game. She had 12 yesterday against Labette County. Hannah Hagman rounds out the backcourt, the 5'9" junior, averaging about 5 points a contest. Taylor Robertson, she's headed to the University of Oklahoma next year, averages 24 points a game. She had 24 points, 9 boards against Labette yesterday. Mandy Cooks, she's a 6-foot senior in the post, headed to UTSA, University of Texas, San Antonio next year. She averages 6.5 points per game. And for Miege, they are led by Terry English, looking for their 5th straight 4A1 state championship. Their point guard, Johnny Gonzalez, a 5'6" junior, averaging 9.5 points and 2 steals a game. In the backcourt with her, Fallon Russell, a 5'5" junior, 2.5 points a game. Courtney Harms, a 5'9" senior, averaging nearly 8 points a game and 4 rebounds per game. In the post, I got a couple of freshmen. Faith Hawthorne's a 6'1" freshman. She had 16 yesterday in the semifinal win against Piper. She averages 11 points, shoots at 50% clip from beyond the arc. Also with her in the post is the 6'2" freshman, Peyton Veerholz, 10.5 points a game and 5 rebounds per game. McPherson, they're in those red uniforms. They've got the white numbers, white letters across the front. And Bishop Miege, they're going to be playing in those white uniforms. They've got the red numbers, red letters across the front of the jersey. Again, Terry English and this crew, again, doing what they do every year, and that is nothing but win. 22-2 on the year. They boast wins against this McPherson club back in December, against the best team in 5A, Aquinas, 55-54 back at the beginning of January, against Mill Valley, who was the third-ranked team in 5A at the end of the year, 46-35. They also took down Blue Valley North on the road. They were the fifth-ranked team in 6A at the end of the year, 62-46. They have gone through the gauntlet, but don't sleep on McPherson. If you're familiar with them, you know they are a basketball powerhouse. They've got some pretty impressive wins themselves. Back in December, right before that Miege game, they took down Derby, who's number 2 in 6A at the end of the year, 54-49. They took down Manhattan at the end of January, the third-ranked team in 6A by 9 points, 61-52. And on the road, they took down Newton. They're the fifth-ranked team in 5A when that end-of-the-season poll dropped 55-42. So again, both of these teams have real good records. Both of these teams have been tested. Both of these teams have some of the premier players in the state. We may have the best player in the state of Kansas on the floor tonight. That's number 30 in red, Taylor Robertson, future Oklahoma Sooner. It is two of the best Kansas has to offer in girls basketball, battling once again for a 4A1 state championship. Terry English looking for number 5. Taylor Robertson looking to cap one of the greatest careers anyone has ever seen in a McPherson jersey with a state championship. McPherson will go left to right, Miege right to left. Boy, it is a heavily McPherson crowd here in Salina. It is about 80-20 right now, red to that Miege blue. It's all on the home side, so you can't see it on the camera, but they are right up in front of me. We're at the top of this building, and they have filled the home side stands. Mandy Cooks in to tip it off against Peyton Veerholz. The 4A1 state championship game from Salina is underway, and McPherson will start with a basketball. There's Taylor Robertson. Again, had a big game in the semifinal round yesterday against Labette County. 24 points, 9 rebounds. Cooks going to work, but a whistle and a travel. And we're going the other way with Miege. Miege yesterday had to go through Piper in the semifinal round. Again, did not shoot well. They started real slow. They were lackadaisical offensively the entire game. As a team, they only shot 34% from the field. Gonzalez, her pass tipped out of bounds, will stay with the Stags. And from three-point range, again, they've got a couple of three-point shooters, but they don't live and die on the three ball. They're a very balanced team offensively, but they shot it real poorly yesterday against Piper. 1 for 10 from beyond the arc. Gonzalez right side. 35 seconds gone, and quarter number 1 of your 4A1 title game. Gonzalez will try that three. Hit that three. What a way to start the ball game if you're the Stags from beyond the arc. Again, I mentioned it, 1 for 10 yesterday. Now a thing of the past. Here comes Robertson. Working on Johnny Gonzalez, and that's a mismatch. Again, the size of Robertson against the size of Gonzalez, but she got too far on the baseline. And back the other way come the Stags, up 3-0 already. Veerholz to the cup, can't finish. Rebound tipped around, taken by Gonzalez. The runner off the window. 5 for Johnny Gonzalez in the early moments of this first quarter. And she was critical in that championship game a year ago against McPherson. 22 points, 3 assists in that game. Cooks got blocked, and they're going to call a foul underneath. They're going to catch Peyton Veerholst. And it's going to be free throws for Andy Cooks. Again, the senior is headed to Texas San Antonio. 2 Division I players in this starting 5 for McPherson. And Mandy Cook's numbers don't explode off the page at you, but that's because she's playing with arguably the best player in Kansas. But she is very good on the glass. She is a very active rebounder. She hits both free throws here. Harms, little dribble handoff. Gonzalez with 5 already. Veerholst going to work, spinning into the lane. Tough shot, Veerholst. Pretty move to get to the rack off the spin. 7-2 Miege. 2 minutes into quarter number 1 from your 4A1 state championship game. Robertson yet to get going here, 0 for 1. Good pass, though, to Cooks for the easy finish. She threads the needle over the Stag defense. That cuts that lead to 3. In the last 2 games these 2 teams have played back in December and then the state title game of last year, they were both real tight going into quarter number 4. Gonzalez short on the 3, and that's rebound number 1 for Taylor Robertson. And 9 boards in the semifinal against Labette yesterday. Right side 3 is well short from Anna Hagman, but an offensive rebound. Robertson will try it again. That one's off the tail of the iron. Again, though, another offensive board and a new possession for McPherson. Cooks going to work again inside. Wouldn't go. And it remains 7-4. Empty possession there for McPherson. They had 3 shots at it. Gonzalez couldn't finish. Offensive board. Hawthorne got fouled. And in that game earlier in the year, again, McPherson, they did all their damage from beyond the arc. I told you the final score 59-51 in that game. They hit 11 threes. So 33 of the 51 points that McPherson scored came from beyond the arc. Again, that's where they had to make their living. And early on in this one, an 0 for start for McPherson, 0 for their first 2 from beyond the arc. 2-2 on that trip for the freshman Hawthorne. 4:30 to play opening quarter from Salina, Kansas. Sheffrick works over to Robertson in the corner. Gonzalez on her again. That is a size mismatch. Robertson will work that baseline with the left. Able to finish at the rim. Cuts that lead right back to 3. And that's the first 2 for Taylor Robertson. Russell throws it away. And the first sub of the ball game, Jordan Gonzalez, will head on for Bishop Miege. 9 points off the bench yesterday in the semifinal win against Piper. She is a very good three-point shooter. 45% from beyond the arc on the year for Jordan Gonzalez. Here's a 3 ball. It is short off the front of the iron. Fight for the rebound over here on the baseline. Is going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Miege. And again, keep an eye on that stat. 0 for 3 now from beyond the arc. The Bullpups, they want to spread this Miege defense. Again, Miege is big inside with Veerholst and Hawthorne going 6-1 and 6-2 respectively. Gonzalez up front. So they're going to want to shoot this defense out of the paint, as getting 2 inside is Veerholst. All right, now Miege picks up in a man. But you'll see on the drive, they do a really good job of collapsing the paint. Right here, again, you see it. Sliding over was Johnny Gonzalez, but able to finish anyway. Over the defender was Riley Het. 11-8, 3-point lead for Miege. Gonzalez on the drive, tough angle, left it short. Robertson another board. Already her third rebound. And now we're going to have a foul on the loose ball. Cassie Cooks just into the game. And now Emma Ruddle will check in. Miege does not utilize their bench as much as McPherson does. McPherson, they'll go 4 and 5 deep off the bench. Terry English prefers to keep really kind of a rotation of 2 to 3 people coming off the bench. So McPherson a little bit deeper than Miege for what it's worth. Johnny Gonzalez over to Jordan Gonzalez. 2:20 to play first quarter. Spinning Vierholst, able to wheel it up and in. Vierholst having a good opening quarter. 6 points. It's a 5-point Miege lead. 13-8, 2:05 to play first quarter. Corner three, got it. Able to knock it down is Emma Ruddle. And just like that, it's a 2-point lead. Gonzalez, tough drive, able to lay it up and in. She split 2 defenders on the way to the basket and put it over Cassie Cooks. And Cassie Cooks, she's no slouch, going 5'10". Couldn't get up there to deny Gonzalez. 15-11, 4-point lead now for Miege. Cooks with a high screen. Sheffrick had 12 against Labette County yesterday. And now back to Robertson. She'll key a 3 off the side of the iron. Oh, outlet pass, and Jordan Gonzalez is all alone. And she misses the layup. Offensive board, Hawthorne, and she'll go to the line. But boy, Jordan Gonzalez, you got to have that one first time. Literally by herself. But luckily for her, Faith Hawthorne stayed with it. It has earned a trip to the line. McPherson 1 of 5 now from beyond the arc. Again, that 3 ball is going to be critical the rest of the way for the Bullpups. They need to get that going. Again, that was really their main source of offense back in December when these two teams met up. Hit 11 threes in that game. 1:08 to play first quarter. One more free throw for Hawthorne. Got them both. Lead back to 6, 17-11. Miege over McPherson in the 4A1 state championship. Robertson almost got it stolen in front of her by Jordan Gonzalez. Back to Robertson. Thought about a 3, passed up on it, open 3, Ruddle. 3-point lead now for Miege. Inside 45. Good look by Robertson. Here's Gonzalez. Can she get the answer? She will. I told you she is a knockdown 3-point shooter, 45% on the year, and she buries that one. Back to a 6-point lead at 20-14. Trouble over there on the far side. Pyle just into the game. Had to get rid of it. Nearly forced into a turnover. Inside 10 seconds, Robertson. 5 seconds. Robertson not wanting to give it up, and she carried. She had Hagman running up the far sideline to her left. She could have given it off. Instead, the carry call. Gonzalez is not going to get it up. They are going to get that off after the horn. Johnny Gonzalez probably should have taken that herself. But we're at the end of 1, 20-14. That slow start yesterday, a thing of the past for the Stags. They lead by 6, heading into quarter number 2 on 810varsity.com.
The city residents have pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years' experience. Call anytime at 913-432-5678. or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
start for Bishop Miege in your 4A1 state championship game. 58% from the field in that first quarter. 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. And again, they pour it on. 20 points in the first frame. McPherson, though, give them credit. They're hanging tough. 14 of their own. But they struggled from the field. Only 41%. 2 of 6 from beyond the arc. 6 points in that first quarter for Veerholst. Here comes Cooks. Can't get the roll. Offensive rebound. Hagman cleans it up. 5 apiece for Johnny Gonzalez and Jordan Gonzalez for Miege. No player with more than 4 from McPherson. That was Mandy Cooks. Jordan Gonzalez gets knocked and a foul call. 7:36 to play, just underway in quarter number 2. 4-point game, 20-16 after that Hagman layup. Miege back with it. Hawthorne. They'll work it back into the hands of the point guard, Johnny Gonzalez. And she is electric. What she lacks for in size, she makes up for in game. Only 5'6", but she can play ball, ladies and gentlemen. 10.6 assists in the semifinal yesterday. State championship last year, she went for 20 against McPherson. She'll give it up here. They swing into the corner. Fallon Russell get all the way to the rim and couldn't finish. Minute gone in quarter number 2. Robertson will try a 3. Got fouled on that 3. And Robertson is going to the line. Gonzalez got a piece of Robertson on the shot. And Robertson did a good job of selling it, hitting the deck. Hits the first foul. It was a foul. I'm not saying it wasn't. She just did a good job after the fact of making sure it was called. It's a savvy play. In the leading all-time scorer in McPherson history. And she is going to play for the Crimson and Cream next year. Going to suit it up for Oklahoma. She's not even the only Division I player in her roster. Mandy Cooks in the backcourt right now. She's got 4 early points. She's going to University of Texas San Antonio. 3 free throws for Robertson on that trip. It's a 1-point lead at 20-19. Russell swings to Gonzalez. She'll try that baseline. Johnny Gonzalez can't finish. Got her own board. They swing. Jordan Gonzalez. She's dead. And she got another one. Her second 3 of this first half. Jordan Gonzalez off the bench, starting to heat up. She's got 8. Cooks swings it. Look at the passing. Hagman buried. Great passing around the perimeter by McPherson. 23-22 Miege. 2 minutes into quarter number 2. Russell will try it. That one's off the tail end of the iron. And now a foul on the rebounds against Veerholst. And Bishop Miege can grab their first lead of the game. Hawthorne will check back in for Miege. Courtney Harms also re-enters for the Stags. Just under 6 to play till halftime, and it's a 1-point Miege lead. But McPherson again can grab their first lead of the ballgame on this possession. Het up front with it. Hagman, she's starting to heat up. She will drive, get all the way to the 10. Missed the layup in close. Gonzalez wants to run. They thought there was contact on that Hagman try. Hawthorne left alone in the paint has got 2 more. Spreads that Miege lead back to 3 at 25-22. Schiefrick. A lot of dribble and good defense. Gonzalez and a timeout. Was nearly a 5-second call. And Johnny Gonzalez, she is a heck of a defender. Again, she averages more than 2 steals a game. playing in the toughest league in Kansas, the EKL. A 30-second timeout. We'll go ahead and keep you right here. 25-22. Again, this place starting to fill up, especially on the home side. More Miege fans have piled in here. And again, it's Miege and McPherson in the guys' championship game as well. But again, it is a short trip for the McPherson faithful. And again, this stadium right now, again, you can't see this home side. It's about 80-20 in favor of McPherson. They have packed this home side up to our press box. And we are in store for a heck of a day of basketball here in Salina. This girls' state championship is off to a great start. 3 minutes into quarter number 2. It's a 25-22 lead for Bishop Miege. Schiefrick works it over to Robertson in the corner. We'll use that Cook screen. Against that zone look, Gonzalez got a piece of Robertson, and she didn't like the call. She had some words. The McPherson crowd appreciated it, and Robertson to the line. Neither team has missed a free throw to this point. McPherson now 6 for 6, Miege 4 for 4. Both teams doing a good job protecting the basketball as well. Only 2 turnovers against McPherson, only 1 against Miege. Doing a good job boarding as well. Rebounds about even, 9 for Miege, 7 for McPherson. Nothing really separating these two teams early on, and that was the case in last year's state title game, and that was the case back in December when these two teams met at Miege. Jordan Gonzalez well off on the 3. 1 point lead. McPherson again can grab their first lead of the ball game right here. It'll be Robertson to do it, and she is short. And now a whistle and a foul in the backcourt. Boy, Riley Hett sticking around. And she got enough, I guess, of Hawthorne. I didn't think there was that much contact, but now Riley Hett heads off to the bench. Again, they've got such a deep bench. It's not often that you see someone for this McPherson club get into a lot of foul trouble because, again, as soon as they start bordering on foul trouble, Strathman is willing to go to the bench real quickly, and Hawthorne going to work. Bowling cooks over and finishing for 2. Only a freshman, Faith Hawthorne. She had 16 in the semifinal yesterday. And now another whistle and a double dribble. That's the second time we've seen Robertson turn it over like that on her own doing. She double dribbles there. She had a travel earlier back in the first quarter. So 3 turnovers now against McPherson, 2 of those on Robertson. Johnny Gonzalez way out front. Over to Harms. They try to go baseline. Jordan Gonzalez. Good pass to Hawthorne. Nice little wraparound dish by Jordan Gonzalez, the junior guard, and it's a 5-point Miege lead. 3:15 to go till halftime. Schiefrick, the runner. Good looking take by Lakin Schiefrick. Cut that lead right back to 3. McPherson hanging tough with the best team in 4A1. But as we all know, the Bullpups are no slouch. Number 2 in 4A1 from the preseason poll to the end of the season poll. Hawthorne going to work, getting, oh, she traveled with it, and that's a turnover. Boy, the whistle came, and you immediately thought that she got bumped in the back. Instead, the travel call. Mandy Cooks right back in. Robertson after a short breather back in. 2:49. So they go till halftime. 3-point lead still. Here comes McPherson. Cooks, left side, thought about a 3. That's not her shot. Now she'll attack, look for her shot, and got it blocked out of bounds by Hawthorne. The freshman did a good job of sliding with the senior Cooks. Yesterday, McPherson, they handled Labette County, like I said, but they started slow in that first half yesterday, and they exploded in the second. Schiefrich's jumper off the tail end. Offensive rebound. Good rebound by Cooks inside, and she got bumped and fouled. I mentioned it before. Again, her stats don't throw you off. I mean, she doesn't score a ton for a player that's going to go play at University of Texas San Antonio. Only 6 a game. There she misses the turnaround. But again, she is very good at rebounding the basketball. Very active defender and very good around the glass. Harms will drive it, take it in to a lot of traffic and got it blocked. Robertson trying to save it. It came out of bounds. Last touch by Miege. Maybe an ill-advised take there for Harms. She went into 3 red jerseys in the painted area there. Miege doesn't have a large size advantage. They're normally pretty stacked against teams as far as size is concerned. They're normally a lot bigger than opponents. That's not the case with McPherson. They are every bit as big as Bishop Miege is. Miege kind of used to bullying opponents down to the paint. But McPherson, they can do the same thing. Robertson to Cooks, 1:30 to play till half. Cooks will try it short. And it remains a 3-point lead, 29-26 Miege. Minute 20 to go in quarter number 2. Jordan Gonzalez, she's hit 2 threes in this first half, and she'll back things off and reset the offense for Terry English. He's won 4 straight 4A1 state championships. Looking to make it 5 this afternoon. And looking to make it 2 in a row against McPherson in the state championship. Harms left wing. Gonzalez catch and shoot. Buried! Johnny Gonzalez, the 3 ball, and it's a 6-point Miege lead. Inside 50 seconds to go till halftime. Johnny Gonzalez has got 8 in this first half. Around the rim and off. And back comes Miege the other way. Schiefrich left that one long. Jordan Gonzalez. They swing inside 30 seconds. There's a left wing 3! How about Vierholz stepping outside and knocking it down? Inside 15 to play till halftime. 35-26, biggest lead of the ball game for the Stags. Robertson puts into the paint and got denied. They're going to call it out of bounds. Vierholz was the one that met Robertson. An emphatic rejection. 2 seconds till halftime. Robertson is the trigger person. She'll try to go back door, and what's the call here? They're going to call a push before the inbounds. And so you're just going to let her do it again. Only 5 team fouls. Robertson will try to throw it in again. In for Cooks. Cooks back to Robertson. The 3 at the horn. Around and off. That's halftime of your 4A1 state championship game. Bishop Miege, dead-eye from beyond the arc in that first half. 5 of 8 from 3-point range, and they've got themselves a 9-point lead at intermission over McPherson, 35-26. We're going to step aside, rejoin you in about 7 minutes, wrap up that first half, look forward to half number 2 in our guys state championship later today on 810varsity.com.
Get rid of that back and neck pain today. Westwood Chiropractic has been relieving Kansas City residents of pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years experience. Call anytime at 432-5678 or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
Since 1898, member FDIC.
EILL Honda.com. O'Neill Honda, proud sponsor of high school athletics and the O'Neill Honda Top 25 of 810 Varsity.
About your insurance. Chances are it's when you're paying your bill or filing a claim. At Briar Payne Meade, we always think about your insurance. It's what we do. Buying a car, having a baby, building a home, starting a business. Then it's time to call BPM at 913-681-099 or visit us on the web at bpminsurance.com. Great service and extremely competitive rates from the top-rated companies. Briar Payne Meade, 913-681-099. That's 913-681-099.
Hutchinson Community College has over 70 academic and more than 40 technical programs providing an outstanding education. With small classroom sizes and award-winning instructors, Hutch CC has an active campus life with over 50 student organizations and nationally ranked athletic teams. Hutch CC has many opportunities when it comes to your higher education. Take classes on the main campus in Hutchinson through your outreach centers in Newton or McPherson and online. Earn credits while still in high school. Schedule your visit today or visit hutchcc.edu. Hutchinson Community College, your education destination.
This is Tom Pruitt, President of People's Bank and Trust. Since 1898, we have provided quality products and services to meet your financial goals. Our success is achieved through our greatest asset, our people. People dedicated to our core values of integrity, respect, teamwork, leadership, and accountability. We have proudly remained independent, committed to local ownership, operation, and investment. If you're looking for more from your bank, we invite you to come see the difference 117 years makes. People's Bank and Trust, adding value to people every day. Member FDIC.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here, and when I want the latest scores and news, there's only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Be seen this spring at the 810 Varsity Combines this April and May in Kansas City. Register your 40, shuttle, broad jump, and times for colleges, plus drills and instructions from the best. And the MVPs from each combine get an invite to the U.S. Army Combine. The 810 Varsity Combines. Get better. Be seen. Details at 810varsity.com.
Welcome back to Salina, Kansas, halftime of the 4A1 Girls State Championship game between Miege and McPherson. Miege got red hot there at the end. Quarter number 2, they lead 35-26 at the intermission. Real quickly, some stats for you from both sides. First with McPherson, they didn't shoot it real well in that first half, primarily in that second quarter. 33% from the field, 3 of 9 from beyond the arc. They turned it over 3 times in that first half, so that was not the issue. The issue really just the shooting, because Miege, well, they were lights out. They shot it 56% from the field and 62% from beyond the arc, 5 of 8 from three-point range. Some individual numbers for you. For McPherson, nobody with more than 7. Taylor Robertson with that high point mark. 5 for Lakin Schiefrick. 5 more for Emma Ruddle. And Hannah Hagman, 4 for Mandy Cooks. And on the other side for Bishop Miege, 10 for Faith Hawthorne, the freshman, perfect from the field in that first half. 3 for 3, also 4 for 4 from the free throw line. She also added 4 rebounds and 2 assists to her stat line in that first half. 8 points apiece for Johnny Gonzalez and Jordan Gonzalez. Both Gonzalez's teamed up to go 4 for 6 from beyond the arc, each of them going 2 for 3, and 6 more for Peyton Veerholst in that first half. Again, a 35-26 game at the intermission. And again, it was really simply a matter of Bishop Miege knocking down shots, and McPherson wasn't able to. Both teams really took care of the ball real well. Like I said, McPherson only turned it over 3 times. Miege only turned it over 2 times. The rebounding battle is almost dead even. Miege was +1 on the glass. And again, they just shot that much better than McPherson did. McPherson got off more shots in that first half than Miege did. They got off 24 shots. Miege was just hitting them. Miege, again, 13 for 23 from the field in that first half. McPherson, 8 of 24. So they shot the ball more. Again, just a matter of hitting shots. But there was something to that defensively for McPherson. It was a lot of open looks, especially from beyond the arc. Like I said, Miege shot real well from beyond the arc. They hit 5 threes in that first half, and a lot of those threes, the shots they were getting, were wide open. Whether it be Johnny Gonzalez or Jordan Gonzalez, they weren't necessarily doing a whole lot of moving off the ball. They were just setting up in an area and waiting until it was swung to them. So again, that's got to be a point of emphasis for Chris Strathman coming out in this third quarter. Has got to be better perimeter defense. They were not getting on those shooters, and it led to a lot of those open looks from beyond the arc, and that's where Miege really started to take over in that second quarter, was from beyond the arc. As far as Miege is concerned, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Again, they shot really well. The offense ran really smoothly for the most part. And defensively, they did a pretty good job on Taylor Robertson. When the former Sooner only scores 7 in the first half, you can't knock yourself too much. Robertson, it is worth noting, 1 for 6 from the field in that first half. Miege will start with the basketball, and it's Peyton Veerholst going to work and scooping it in with the right hands. Pretty take, and just like that, it's an 11-point lead. Here's the three ball the other way. And that was a big shot and nearly a steal in the backcourt as Het was able to bury that shot for the Bullpups. And now here's a foul on the other end as Hannah Hagman got a piece of Veerholst, and she'll send her to the line. But definitely needed that answer from beyond the arc coming out of the locker room. Veerholst unable to knock down her first free throw. Riley Het, the point guard, the one that buried that three. She's got 5 points now. 2 for 2 from the field as well. Lead back to 9 after Veerholst goes 1 for 2. 38-29. McPherson trying to rally in this third quarter. You go back to December, it was tight. At halftime, it was tight throughout quarter number 3 before Miege pulled away at the end. This game not at all like what we saw back in December. Robertson, the step back three. She is 1 for 7 from the field now. Gonzalez leaking out ahead of the pack. Kicking, almost threw it away. Good job by Russell to go get it. And now this will be an open three for Harms off the front of the iron. It was good ball movement. Harms just couldn't finish. And again, you see Miege has got people on the perimeter wide open beyond the arc. Cooks splitting defenders. Cooks can't finish at the rim. 6:35 to go in quarter number 3. Miege trying to take over in this third quarter. Again, a big run at the end of quarter number 2 gave them this 9-point lead. Trying to add to it. Russell looking for the entry pass. Hawthorne, her pass tipped out of bounds. It stays with Miege. If you're not familiar with what Bishop Miege has done recently, well, they are the program in Kansas. The last 4 state championships in 4A1 belong to the Stags. They play against the toughest league in Kansas in the EKL. Johnny Gonzalez all the way to the rack, can't finish. Offensive rebound, Veerholst, no call. And now in the backcourt, we're going to have a reach-in foul. Good job by Riley Het of grabbing the rebounds and maintaining the possession. They catch Hawthorne on the reach-in foul. That was a big possession there. And now McPherson can chip into this lead, down 9. Chance to get a little bit closer here with 5:50 to go in quarter number 3. Robertson all the way to the rack, finishing with the left hand. And that's got to feel good for Taylor Robertson, seeing something go in. Now 2 of 8 from the field, because she struggled in that first half. 1 for 6 shooting the basketball. And if she can get going, you better watch out. She had 24 in the semifinals yesterday. Russell up front. Over to Gonzalez. Good pass inside. Veerholst. Hawthorne the assist. And that was pretty. Veerholst just slipped off her defender near the right block and able to finger roll that one in off a good dish by Hawthorne. Schiefrick, Cooks, they kick. Corner 3 off the side of the iron. Hagman had a look, and now on the rebounds. A foul about it. Jordan Gonzalez just checked into the game. She had 2 threes in that first half. And Johnny Gonzalez is going to reset. Again, a big crowd, especially on the home side. You can't see it on your monitor as Hawthorne can't finish, but an offensive board and Veerholst will go to the line. But it is a large crowd, especially on the home side. You're going to have to take my word for that. McPherson, they travel real well, as the entire state is well aware of. And they have packed this side of the Tony's Pizza Event Center. First free throw rattles in and out, no good. Another one coming. McPherson only lost 1 game all season. That happened in December against this same Stags team. 0 for 2 on that trip for Veerholst. Miege lost twice, 22-2 coming into today's state championship game. Robertson, she'd love to get going here in this second half. She has never beat Bishop Miege. She's got it at the top of the key. Step back three around the rim and off. Long rebound, Veerholst. Robertson's letting it fly. Eventually, one of these is going to fall. It's just a matter of time. She is a great shooter. And again, maybe the best player in Kansas. Going to be an Oklahoma Sooner next year. Here's a steal. Het all the way to the rack. No call. Cook's offensive board. Her try won't go, but a foul call is going to send Cassie Cooks to the line. 3:28 to go, third quarter. This is a pivotal moment. It feels like it. Because now Bishop Miege, they're not hitting their shots like they were in the first half. That offense was real fluid in the first 16 minutes of the game. Now in this third quarter, they're kind of trudging along here. A little bit lackadaisical they look out of the locker room. And this is the time for McPherson, you'd imagine, to make a run. When Miege kind of lets their guard down. Cooks, second free throw, no good. Offensive board. Spinning into the lane, leaving that one short, but another offensive board, and then losing it out of bounds was Cooks. She had a shot at it. It was Sweat that got the initial rebound. And now pressure from McPherson, but Miege handles it real nicely. No problem breaking the press. And again, watch these three-pointers when they catch it. These three-point shooters for Miege when they catch it. Normally, they've got separation when they initially catch the ball. See? Gonzalez, well, she was a pass away. But these perimeter shooters have had separation all game. Now McPherson trying to work out a little bit more to that arc. Again, there it is, that wide open three. Ends up short. See, I kind of know what I'm talking about a little bit as Harms comes up short. That time, though, they missed the shot. Again, Miege's offense not nearly as efficient in this third quarter as they were in half number one. McPherson needs Robertson to get going. Instead, it's Sweat off the Robertson dish. That was a nice pass from the future Sooner. And a timeout with 2:25 to go third quarter. And just like that, the Bullpups, they're within 6. We'll keep you right here. And Taylor Robertson, she proved it right there. She is not just a scorer. She is also a heck of a passer, too. Another assist for Taylor Robertson, and that's now 4 assists in this ball game. That's the most on her squad this ball game by a long shot. No one else in a Bullpup uniform has more than one, so even when the shots aren't falling for Robertson, she's got a knack for getting her teammates involved, and that was maybe the prettiest of her assists all ball game. 40-34. Stag advantage in the 4A1 state championship game. 2:25 to go in quarter number 3. Thank you for joining us on 810varsity.com. The guys championship to follow this one. And guess who? It's Miege and McPherson on the guys' side as well. They swing it. Looking to get it into the hands of Gonzalez. She's got it right wing. McPherson content to stay in that zone. That 2-3 look defensively. High post. Oh, they gave that one to her. Faith Hawthorne knocks it down from the free throw line. Cooks never came out to meet her. And it's an 8-point lead again at 42-34. Little dribble handoff. And now back into the hands of Het. Her three off the tail end of the iron. Good board by Johnny Gonzalez. Wanting to run. Miege a man advantage. And now they'll slow it down. Robertson was the last one up the floor. Miege briefly had a one-man advantage. Inside a minute 30 to go in this third quarter. Veerholst on the baseline going to work. Can't finish with the left hand. 42-34. Big possession for McPherson. as we wind down closer to quarter number 4. 1:10 to play third quarter. Het threw it away. Gonzalez a steal. Jordan Gonzalez. She'll pull it up. Inside of a minute to play third quarter. Harms all alone. She could have taken that three had she wanted to. Inside 45 seconds, this McPherson crowd pleading with their bullpups. Inside 40 to go third quarter. Miege would love to hold for the last shot with this kind of a cushion going into the fourth. It was a 1-point game going into the fourth back in December. Much different this time around. Inside 15 seconds. Johnny Gonzalez, 6 seconds. And now it's time to go, says Terry English. 3 seconds. Gonzalez into the paint. Her pass tipped, but a foul call before with 1.5 to go. And it will be an inbound from underneath the Miege basket. Enough time for a dribble and a shot. This pass taken away by Robertson. She got it off behind the horn, and we're at the end of 3. So McPherson trail by 9 after halftime. They get 1 point back, and they still trail by 8 going into quarter number 4. 42-34 Stags in the 4A1 state title game. Stay with us on 810varsity.com. Back to Tony's Pizza Event Center, 42-34. That was a low-scoring third quarter. McPherson edged Miege 8-7 in that third quarter after these teams played really well offensively in the first half. Again, that was a slow-paced third quarter, primarily for Miege, because they shot real well in the first half, and now they're right at 50%. They were at 60% from the field after one half. But again, that shooting percentage takes a big dip in that third quarter. It's an 8-point game to open quarter number 4, 42-34. McPherson trying to make a run in this fourth quarter, and it starts and ends with Taylor Robertson and a chance for a 3-point play. Going to the line, and she can cut the lead to 5 just like that. She has had a rough day up to this point. 3 for 10 from the field now. And it is a 5-point game, and Robertson again is in double digits. Pressure in the full court now. Miege breaks it. Veerholz to the cup, finishing with the left hand. And that is the sign of a well-coached team. Being able to break the pressure like that, no problem. And that was only the second time McPherson really showed a full court press. Schiefrick, a lot of dribbling, gets into the post, the runner. Short, rebound, batted around, will come out of bounds, but a whistle and a foul call on the loose ball is going to go against the Stag. Terry English beside himself. Came all the way down here to the end of the bench near the water cooler. He did not like the call. Veerholst out. Harms back in for Miege. 49 seconds gone in this fourth quarter. Stays with McPherson. Down 7, 44-37. They can cut that lead to 5 or 4 right here. Can Robertson heat up in the fourth quarter? The last quarter of her high school career. She'll drive with the left hand. How about that take by Taylor Robertson? lead to 5, 44-39. Hey, buckle up. This is going to be a wild fourth quarter. Hawthorne. Man defense now for McPherson. Reverse for Hawthorne. Goes. How about the freshman? Able to flip that one up and in. Hawthorne's got 14. Back to 7. 46-39. Robertson feeling it. Robertson can't hit. Oh, she was lined up. Got the shot she wanted. Gonzalez almost traveled. And now you see again McPherson has switched into that man. Good dish by Gonzalez. Hawthorne couldn't finish. Big miss inside. And now getting it poked away. Johnny Gonzalez was the one that poked it away from Het. And now a foul in the backcourt on Robertson. That is only the first personal on Robertson. And that way full timeout is taken. 5:44 to go in the 4A1 state championship game. Miege a 7-point lead with the basketball. Don't go anywhere on 810varsity.com.
Get rid of that back and neck pain today. Westwood Chiropractic has been relieving Kansas City residents of pain for decades. Dr. Ken Downing has over 30 years' experience. Call anytime at 913-432-5678 or visit westwoodchiropractickKC.com. Westwood Chiropractic, health and wellness for the whole family.
.544 left. Taylor Robertson trying to get going here in this fourth quarter. She has added 5 already in the frame. And we haven't even played 2.5 minutes in this fourth quarter, but she just missed an open look from beyond the arc that may have brought the house down. Again, there is a large contingent of McPherson fans that made the trip. The Miege crowd isn't that bad on the far side, but boy, this McPherson crowd on the home side greatly outweighs them. And they've been loud a couple of times, but for the most part, they haven't had much reason to get loud in this game. Baseline, Hawthorne. The freshman has got 2 more. Faith Hawthorne, 16 points, and she was the thorn in the side back in December. She had 23 and 8 rebounds in the first matchup between these two teams back in early December, and she is doing it again. 9-point lead, 48-39, Bishop Miege. They have led the entire way in this 4A1 state championship. Robertson is bumped, dribbling out of trouble, and a whistle and a foul call on the sideline. And Chris Strathman, the head coach for McPherson, was in the ear of the official on the near side. After Robertson got bumped, he got hot and was yelling at the near side official. And I can't say that I disagree with his reaction. I mean, there was definitely contact. He felt obviously there should have been a foul and nothing was called. 5 team fouls against both teams, by the way. Robertson. They're doubling her now every time she touches it. Open 3, around and off from Hannah Hagman. Inside 5 to go. Miege trying to capture their 5th straight 4A1 state championship. It'd be their 2nd in a row against this McPherson team. Jordan Gonzalez, good crossover. And Hawthorne wasn't ready for the pass. Still got the loose ball. New possession, though, and Miege can kill some clock here. And that's exactly what they'll do. As we approach the halfway mark in this fourth quarter, a 9-point game. Miege has kept McPherson at an arm's distance the entire second half. Good backdoor look, and this pass nearly thrown away, but Johnny Gonzalez collects the trash. Hawthorne, Her pass batted up and a loose ball foul on Courtney Arms. Sloppy possession for Miege. But the good news for the Stags is that we're now under 4 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Again, that hot second quarter has proved to be the difference to this point. These teams are dead even in the second half. Schiefrick will try it. Schiefrick is short. And that's going to be a double dribble in the backcourt. Again, Courtney Arms turning it over. She hesitated because hanging back was Emma Ruddle in the backcourt, and she was trying to get rid of the basketball, but Emma Ruddle stepped in the passing lane and forces the double dribble. 3:31 to play, still a 9-point game, but McPherson has got to score. They have got to get going offensively. Down 9. Ruddle trying to go to work. Ruddle will drive. Ruddle will hang. Ruddle can't hit. Offensive board, Cooks. And now a timeout. That lead trimmed to 7. 48-41, 3:08 to play. We will keep you right here. 7-point lead now. And again, we talked about it. Well, they're going to change to a full timeout. We'll keep you here anyway. We talked about it. It was a big second quarter for Miege that got them up 9. After McPherson had chipped into their first quarter lead, made it close. But then Miege again got hot. But after that quarter, Miege outscoring, McPherson outscoring Miege by 2 here in the second half. The shooting hasn't really improved for McPherson in the second half. They're still shooting at 33% clip, and they've struggled from 3, 4 for 17. And they needed that 3-ball tonight. You go back to December, and they lived on that 3-ball in that first game against Bishop Miege. They hit 11 threes in that game back on December 8th. They were 11 for 23 from beyond the arc. 48% of those threes went in, but again today, it's been a tale of 2 different games completely. 4 of 17 from 3 of the Bullpups, and they trail by 7. That has been the main difference between now and then, has been the 3 balls not dropping for McPherson and shots falling, especially in that first half for Bishop Miege. Lead is 7 though, a long way from being over. Inside 3 to play. Johnny Gonzalez goes high post, gets it back. They're going to try to take off some time on this possession. We're at 2:40 to go fourth quarter rather. Gonzalez probing in the lane, tough shot, wouldn't go. Rebound, offensive board, Veerholst, 2 more. Big offensive rebound there by Veerholst. Back to 9, 50-41. Sweat, got it! (50-44). They trim that lead right back to 6. Trouble. Gonzalez gets rid of it, but a timeout. Terry English says, let's chat. 2:12 to go. 32nd timeout. And again, we will keep you right here. And now McPherson, they can't allow Miege to score too many more baskets. And at what point do you begin to foul? Miege, 5 of 8 from the free throw line so far. And if you're going to target somebody, well, don't target Faith Hawthorne. 4 for 4 from the line so far in the ball game. And I'm not sure that they want to foul already. Again, 2:12 to go. But again, you cannot let Miege score right here. This is the closest you've made it at 6 points for quite some time. Again, Miege has kept McPherson at an arm's distance at that 9-8 point range. And now McPherson, this is a huge possession in this game. Defensively, they cannot afford to foul, and they cannot afford for Miege to score. They're going to play them in the man. Trying to get that trap on. There's a steal. Well, it goes out of bounds, but it could have been a steal easily. But maybe a wise decision by Emma Ruddle to just let it go out of bounds. But either way, a turnover. And it's going to be McPherson basketball with 2:02 to play. 6-point lead. They get the stop. Can they get the basket? Just under 2 to go. Robertson. Top of the key. She's going to look for her shot. She's got her shot. Couldn't get it. Cook's offensive board. Cooks and one! Mandy Cooks. She's going to play for Texas San Antonio next year. And she wants to hang a state title on her resume. Got a chance to cut the lead to 3. Eight points, 5 rebounds, and no rebound. Bigger than that one right there for Cooks. Long on the free throw, but an offensive board, and what are they going to call? A lane violation? No, just a personal foul. They're going to say a shove in the back against Sweat. Either way, it stays a 4-point game. That's 7 fouls, by the way, against Miege, so that's bonus situation for McPherson. And we've got ourselves another timeout. 1:42 to play. And I don't want to go anywhere. We'll just go ahead and keep you right here. 50-46. We said McPherson needed a run, and here it comes late. They have cut the lead to 4 and still not a foul situation. We saw on that last possession, McPherson did a really good job of trapping Miege out here at the boundary. As soon as they crossed half court, I would almost bet you anything. That is exactly what's going to happen here is McPherson is going to wait. They're going to bring Miege across half court and then try to trap him. If they can get him into a corner on the far sideline, on the near sideline, whichever, they're going to try to get that trap on. And that trap looked really good last time. It didn't look like Miege was ready for it. And so this is not near a foul situation yet. Still a lot of time. 1:42 to go. But again, you got to play this possession by possession. You know that if you're head coach Chris Strathman. Still just a 2-possession game. But you have got to get a stop here late. They did on the last possession. This place is going to get loud on this next possession. Here we go. The McPherson crowd comes to their feet. We see full court pressure. Jordan Gonzalez creeps across the timeline. There's that shove, and what's the call? Well, that is a foul that is going to get quite the reaction from the McPherson crowd. It looked like Jordan Gonzalez, for a second there, was going to get tagged with an offensive foul after she threw the forearm. But they call it on Cooks, and it's going to be free throws, a 1-and-1 for Jordan Gonzalez. Has not been to the line today. Calmly hits her first. 1:33 to go. Has one more coming. Didn't get it. Here we go. Sweat giving it up. Schiefrick. 1:30 to play. Got to have points on this possession if you're McPherson. Find Taylor Robertson. She can get hot at any moment. Schiefrick, a lot of dribbling. Schiefrick attacking. Schiefrick hanging. Didn't get it to go. Offensive rebound. No foul call. Still alive. 3-ball. Wouldn't go. Mandy Cooks another board. Cooks put it in. 4 shots on that possession for McPherson, and the lead is 3 with 1:05 to go. All of a sudden, the Bullpups are getting every 50-50 ball. And it is a new ball game, 51-48 with just 1:05 to go. This is the closest McPherson has been since early on in the second quarter. They briefly trimmed the Miege lead to 3 And from then on, Miege took control, and they kept McPherson away. It has not been a one-possession game since early on in that second quarter up until now. 51-48. What a game by Mandy Cooks. 10 points, 6 rebounds. Taylor Robertson, she's got 14, 6 boards, 4 assists. And again, the pressure is going to fall onto Miege on this possession. McPherson has done a really good job defensively the last couple of possessions, swarming to the basketball, trapping the basketball. And even on that last possession where Gonzalez got free throws, it could have easily been an offensive foul. This place is going to get loud, and everyone on this McPherson side is going to be standing. Here we go, giant possession in this game. Miege up 3. 1 minute to go. Here comes the full court pressure. Hawthorne got fouled, traveled. A quick whistle. There was contact, but the travel call comes, and McPherson can tie it up. 53 seconds to go. Seafrick. Where's Robertson? They're trying to find her. Sweat with it now. She hit a 3 earlier in the quarter. Nearly threw it away. Seafrick. Left side for the tie. Bang! Riley hit. Ties us up at 51. 25 to go. Gonzalez, Jordan Gonzalez, inside 20 seconds. Jordan Gonzalez with it and a timeout. 13.8 to go. What a shot by Riley Het. The corner 3, she was wide open. Her second 3 of the ball game. And there was no shot bigger than that one. Wow, what a play, and we're tied at 51. We have not been tied since the game began. Unreal. 51 apiece. You couldn't ask for a better 4A1 state championship. I am speechless. We talked about the 3-ball all game and how McPherson was unable to hit that 3-ball with any consistency, and it's Riley Het in the corner, able to bury it. Now 13.8, and Miege will try to win it. And now who do you go to if you're Bishop Miege? Hawthorne has played a great game, 16 points, but is not very good off the dribble. Johnny Gonzalez, great off the dribble, but she's only gone 3 of 9 from the field. Decision time for Terry English. Can he get a 5th straight state championship? Can they win it on this possession? Hawthorne finds Johnny Gonzalez inside 10 seconds. Gonzalez with 4 seconds. Kicks to Jordan Gonzalez, 2 seconds. Gets it off. Short. Overtime from Salina. What a finish. And we've got bonus basketball from Tony's Pizza Event Center. Oh, I gotta catch my breath. Don't go anywhere on 810varsity.com. overtime in Salina. McPherson comes all the way back. They trail by as many as 11 in that second half. They trailed by 9 in that fourth quarter. And they rally to force overtime. Riley Het puts the game into overtime with her 3-ball. And here we go, 4 minutes on the clock. Who wants the 4A1 state title? Ball's up, and McPherson will start with it. Everybody on their feet here in Salina. Robertson with it. She has had a rough game. She has never beat Bishop Miege. And an offensive foul on Cooks, and we're going the other way. Four minutes. The nerve set in now. And a foul up front on Robertson, her second. Nobody really in foul trouble other than Riley Het that's on the floor right now. Peyton Veerholz for Miege, by the way, has fouled out of this game. But other than Het with her 4, nobody else has more than 2. So again, Miege without Veerholz. Her final line, 3 points and a rebound. Second free throw for Gonzalez, in and out, no good. 1 of 2 on that trip. Schiefrick. Robertson with it. She has struggled, trying to get on track. Gets fouled and she'll go to the line. I did talk about her struggles, 14 points, but she's 4 of 13 from the field, 0 for 7 from beyond the arc. But the one place she has found some solace has been the free throw line. A perfect 6 for 6 from the line is the future Oklahoma Sooner. Good on the first free throw. .323 to go. This has been an incredible game. Second free throw good. And for the first time in the ball game, McPherson leads. It comes at the 3:20 mark in overtime. Johnny Gonzalez into the lane, in trouble. Jordan Gonzalez, she's hit 2. Rebounds, and a foul call against Miege. Again, you're unable to see it, but it is packed on this side for McPherson. I mean, I got people out here in front of the press box. I've never seen it this full. First free throw off on the 1-and-1. Big miss by Sweat. Here we go. Miege can grab the lead back, 53-52. Inside 3 to go in the state championship. Johnny Gonzalez. Man, look. Johnny Gonzalez is open in the corner. It's a matter of getting it to her. Instead, they work the other corner. Harms. Johnny Gonzalez. She'll try it. Off the back iron. Rebounds. Bodies on the floor and a travel call. Terry English did not like the call. He's trying to argue that there was dual possession. And again, I understand his point, but the referee's not going to change his mind. The McPherson side gets to their feet in front of us. 2:23 to play. 53-52. We are in overtime in Salina. Schiefrick. Robertson through a double team. No foul call. Rebound will stay with the Bullpups. Wait, I think they coined the phrase, let them play, for this situation. The officials are absolutely letting the girls play here late in the game. There has been contact on every possession, but they have swallowed those whistles here down the stretch. This pass bobbled, comes out of bounds, and a push on on Harms, rather, for Miege, and that's going to be a trip to the line. Het will be the one shooting them, and that's the 10th foul. That means double bonus time for McPherson. Nine points in the game for Riley Het, and again, she sent us to overtime. 10 points. They stop it for a sub. Riley Het, 10 points. That stat line's not going to blow up at you, but this has been the biggest game of her life. 2:07 to go. McPherson by 3, 55-52. Harms all the way to the rim. Foul call and a trip to the line coming for Courtney Harms. The 5'9" senior has been held scoreless today. She now has 4 fouls in the game, but she does have 8 rebounds. Can't connect on the first free throw. 3 assists as well for Harms, but again, she is still scoreless. 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 2 from beyond the arc, now 0 for 1 from the line. Is her second free throw to cut it to a 2-point lead. Long rebound, taken by McPherson. And now a loose ball foul. And if that's against Harms, she's done. And it is. And so now Terry English is really going to have to reach into his bench. That is the second Stag that is fouled out in this game. Again, Veerholz fouled out earlier. Harms fouls out now. Mandy Cooks has not been good from the free throw line. She's got another one coming. Still a 3-point game. 1 for 2 on that trip. Lakin Schiefrick back into the game for McPherson. 1:57 to play. 56-52. We are in overtime. And overtime right now has been ruled by McPherson. Johnny Gonzalez will take a 3. Short, long rebound, McPherson. Robertson the leak out. On the fast break, Robertson gives it off. And a foul call before she got rid of the pass. And it will be a trip to the line for the leading scorer in McPherson program history. Eight for 8 from the line is Robertson. 9 for 9. 57-52 Bullpups. 1:38 to go. Six-point lead. And a timeout. This place is rocking. A full timeout. 58-52. And McPherson has dominated overtime. Again, I had talked about it. They're near the end of regulation. That the Miege offense, they kind of look lackadaisical. Ever since the halftime break, they look lackadaisical. They have scored, you ready for this number, since halftime, 17 points since halftime. It has been a different Miege club in the second half and in overtime than in the first half. An entire 180. And for McPherson, they really didn't even turn it on until the fourth quarter, and they are still rolling here. They have outscored Miege from the beginning of the fourth quarter on 24-10. Outscored them by 14 points since the end of the third quarter. And now we've got 1:38 to go in overtime. And if Miege is going to win their 5th straight 4A1 state title, they are going to have a 180. Here comes Johnny Gonzalez. All the way to the paint. Hawthorne's pass got deflected out of bounds. They have keyed up that three-pointer aggressively here in overtime. They were falling in the first half. They have not gotten a three ball to fall after halftime. Open three. Here's another one. That one's short. Offensive rebound, Hawthorne. Jordan Gonzalez will try. She will hit. Her 3rd three of the game. It's a 3-point lead. Life for the Stags. Pressure in the backcourt. In trouble. That's a jump ball. Possession arrow. Stags. And a timeout. Oh, wow. And Terry English is hot. And let me break that one down. The official right on the basketball called a jump ball, signal jump ball. The official back here near half court was right in front of Chris Strathman, granted him a timeout, and overruled the official that called jump ball. So McPherson will keep possession. And that is why Terry English was as upset as he was. And I'm obviously watching the basketball, so I see the near side official call that. But again, he can overrule him. And Strathman, they're going to say, called the timeout before the jump ball was called on the floor. Although, if I'm correct, I believe the 10-second call is still in effect. And so you still have to get it across half court here. So here comes Mandy Cooks to inbound. Still some time, 1:11 to play in a 3-point lead, 58-55. But McPherson just averted disaster on that last timeout. Can Miege pressure again? They get it into Robertson. Robertson gets it to midcourt. They break into the front court with Schiefrick. And now they want to hold and kill time. We're at a minute to go. You don't want to foul Robertson. She is perfect from the line. And she knows that they don't want to foul her. You'll foul almost anyone else but her. Back into the hands. 45 seconds. The former Sooner trying to win a state championship before she heads off to Norman. Inside 40 seconds. And they're saying to foul her. And they finally will. And they will send Riley Het to the line. The entire Miege bench jumped up and was yelling for them to foul Het as soon as she touched the ball. And that is less about Het and more about Robertson. Riley Het's perfect from the line today. And now 3 for 3. .34 seconds to go. That one well off. And so the lead stays at 4. 1 timeout remaining for both teams. And if you're Terry English, you'd like to hold off on using that for now. It's a big possession. Miege has to get points quickly here. Down 4. Clock running, 31 seconds. Dangerous pass. Open 3 is good with 23 to go. Veerholst hit it. We're inside 20 seconds. Robertson at half court got a foul. And she finally is with 14 to go. Ashton Veerholst makes it a 1-point game with her 3 on one end. And now Robertson will walk to the other. She is 10 for 10 from the line. 2-point lead. And you can anticipate a timeout here by English. You would assume, with 1 timeout left, assuming Robertson makes this, to talk some strategy here. Got them both. She gives a flex, and there's your timeout by Terry English. And now let's talk a little strategy here if you're Miege. 14.3 And assuming you play for the 2 here, you know that McPherson is going to turn and try to get it into Robertson as quickly as possible. And the thing about Robertson is you got to play the odds in a situation like this. She's 12 for 12 from the line, and you would prefer that the next time she touches the basketball that you're not sending her to the line with less time, still down a point. You would love for the next time she touches the ball to be tied up. And that's why I think the argument needs to be made to play for the 3 ball right here. Again, I'm not a coach, and a lot of people I'm sure at home will disagree and say you've got too much time with 14 seconds. Play for the quick 2. But again, I would counter that with Robertson has been automatic from the line, and you have got to play the odds, and as soon as she gets the ball and you foul her, she's just going to make it a 3-point game again. That's in my head. Miege has hit their last 2 3-point shots. Ashton Veerholst hit the last one. We'll see what Tara English wants to do. Here comes Gonzalez. Veerholst will try for the tie. Short, rebound, taken in by Robertson. And they will foul her with 1.9 to go. And 1 free throw will effectively ice it from Taylor Robertson. The most storied player in McPherson girls program history misses her first free throw. 12 for 13. She's got 20 points. This to ice it. Gonzalez not even going to get it off. And the McPherson Bullpups are state champions in 4A1. 23-1. Their only loss of the year came back in December to this same Stags team. A late rally, overtime magic. And McPherson, they are going to raise the trophy as champions of 4A1. They snap a 4-year streak of Bishop Miege in 4A1. They had won the last 4 state championships, but this year, it's going to make the short trip down to McPherson, Kansas, and the Bullpups are state champs once again. 62-58, your final score after Riley hit a 3 in regulation with about 20 seconds left to put us into overtime. The Bullpups finished the job. Taylor Robertson led all scorers, 21 in the game, 7 rebounds. She went 13 for 14 from the free throw line. 11 points for Mandy Cooks to go along with 8 boards. 11 points for Riley Het. She had the biggest shot of the day, a 3-pointer to force overtime. She also had 4 rebounds to go along with it. On the other side for Bishop Miege, 16 for Faith Hawthorne, the freshman, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. She can be real fun to watch the next 3 years. 15 for Peyton Veerholst and 7 rebounds in a game where she fouled out. And 12 points and 6 rebounds for Jordan Gonzalez. Also hit 3 threes in the ball game. But an incredible game from beginning to end. And what a way for our state championship Saturday to start, as McPherson knocks off Bishop Miege 62-58. And if you're ready for more, you are in luck, because we have got the guys game coming up next between Miege and McPherson. You thought this was a rivalry? Boy, the guys' rivalry may be even more bitter. They have met now in the last 3 state championships in 4A1. Miege has won the previous 2 over McPherson. The Bullpup guys would like a little bit of revenge of their own. We'll see later if the Miege men can win their 3rd in a row behind superstar Jeremiah Robinson Earl. Once again, it's a final 62-58. The McPherson girls in overtime take down Miege. They are state champions of 4A1. We're going to step aside. The guys' state title game is next on 810varsity.com.
Only one place I go, 810varsity.com. Live scores, features, brackets, and even watch games live on the laptop, phone, or mobile device. Watch the Lee Summit, Blue Springs, and Park Hill schools, Blue Valleys, Olathes, Rockhurst, Miege, Lansing. The list goes on and on into Missouri and Kansas. And playoff broadcasts too, plus top 25, awards, and more. Check it out now, Kansas City's home for high school sports, 810varsity.com.
Fall is ahead, and what better way to roll into the holidays than with a new Honda? O'Neill Honda has rates as low as 0.9% in clearance pricing on select remaining 2017 new Honda inventory. Family owned and operated since 1933 in Kansas City's first Honda store, O'Neill Honda is conveniently located at the corner of 80th and Metcalf in downtown Overland Park. Stop by and check out 400 new and pre-owned vehicles or anytime on O'NeillHonda.com. That's ONEILL Honda.com. O'Neill Honda, proud sponsor of high school athletics and the O'Neill Honda.
High school sports fans, Trent Green here.